back to my channel. As always, I am very excited for today's video, and this one is going to kind of bring it back to what this channel is supposed to be, which is all about health and fitness and lifestyle advice. And I know that I kind of went off and did more mom related videos recently, but now we are bringing it back to what this content is supposed to be. And as you can tell by the title, this is going to be 8 tips to start a healthy lifestyle. And this is not specified for quarantine. You can do this pretty much whenever, because I don't know about any of you, but I'm sick of hearing and talking about quarantine and COVID-19 and all that stuff. So with all that being said, let's jump into the video. My first tip is to drink more water. Now, I know you hear this tip all the time, but that's because it works, and it is one of the easiest things that you can implement in your life to start a healthy lifestyle. Now, what I'm going to say is to not only drink more water, but you need to start cutting out anything that is not water. And I'm going to be doing a whole video catered to how you can cut out other beverages such as soda, and personally the tips that I used and the way that I was able to cut out absolutely everything else, because now the only thing I drink is water. And the amount of water you drink in a day is going to be dependent on you. You can talk to a doctor, you can talk to a nutritionist, but really you can probably just find it on Google of how much water you should be drinking in a day. But upping your water intake in any capacity is going to work. Number 2 is to not buy foods that are going to make you feel guilty. Now, we all know that in the moment we love eating the unhealthy foods. But oftentimes, like 90% of the time, we feel bad about ourselves afterwards, and we start getting really negative with ourselves. And starting a healthy lifestyle is not going to be done or accomplished if you have a negative mindset. You really need to come from a place of self-love rather than self-hate. And making yourself feel guilty about the foods you're eating is not self-love at all. And the best way to not feel guilty about what you're eating is to not buy foods that are going to make you feel guilty. Number 3 is to find a workout plan that works for you. Now, I have been through a couple different types of workouts, and I figured out what works for me and what doesn't work for me, and it'll change. I know it'll probably change again in my lifetime, and it will constantly keep evolving, and that goes for everybody. Not everybody is going to do what I do. I prefer strength training, working out at the gym with weights and cable machines and resistance. I love that type of training. But some people like running. I hate it. You'll never find me running more than a couple times in my lifetime. That's just how I am. But some people live for it. If that's your type of exercise, go for it. If you like Pilates, go do it. Yoga, dance, Zumba, whatever your type of fitness is, then that's what you should stick to. Don't just look at somebody on Instagram and you want their body, so you do what they do. Because 1, everybody's body is different, so it's going to react in a different way. And 2, if you don't enjoy the type of workouts you're doing, you're not going to stick to it. So really find something that you're going to stick to. And number 4 is to cook from home. No matter what you eat out, it is automatically unhealthy. I don't care what anyone says. Even if you get a salad out, it is automatically more unhealthy than if you get a salad in your home and you make it yourself. You can't really cheat it. You can find healthy options out, but just know that it is still going to be so much more processed than something you make at home. And again, you can eat out every once in a while, but really try to limit it. Number 5 is to buy cute workout gear. Now, I know this sounds crazy to certain people, but I find that if I feel cute when I work out, I'm more likely to go do it. Now, I know some girls are totally okay with rocking baggy t-shirt and shorts in the gym, and more power to you, but personally, I need to feel cute and feel confident and feel good in what I'm wearing to want to work out. And one of the reasons is, like, I do work at a gym, and I know a lot of people, like a lot of my clients will tell me that they watch me work out, so I do feel a little bit more pressure to look good when I'm doing it. But I just feel like, I don't know, buying a new like sports bra or leggings, it just makes you feel better. 6 is to tell somebody that you are starting a workout program. This could be a family member, a friend. If you're not comfortable telling anybody that you know personally, you can find a lot of Facebook forums, or there's some YouTube communities that you can talk to. Just find somebody that you can say, I'm going to start this and I want you to hold me accountable. Now it's up to you how much they're supposed to hold you accountable for. Whether you want them to like actually track you like a trainer, or if you just want a friend to be like keeping you in check if you kind of fall off, and they can say, hey, aren't you supposed to be doing this thing? Tell somebody, because you are more likely to be consistent with it if you it's almost like a promise that you made to somebody, and you are more likely to stick to it. That's the whole reason I have this YouTube channel, is because I told people about it, and my first video I got other people involved. Now I don't do dance videos anymore, but I got people involved in it, and that's the only reason I ever actually had the confidence to upload, because I took 2 weeks of my friends' lives to help me do my first video, and that's why I'm here. So you really want to have somebody hold you accountable so that you're more likely to do it and stick to it, because it is very hard to convince yourself, but it is easier, I feel, for an outside source to kind of keep reminding you to keep it up and that you're doing great. It's now the next day, and that is because when I was almost done filming last night, my camera died, and I just was kind of in a mindset where I was like, okay, I'm done filming for the night. So we are back, and I have my last 2 tips, so let's just jump into it. Step in is to ditch the scale. Now I know you hear this one all the time too, but it's because we get so caught up in numbers, and I want to make a whole separate video about why scales aren't accurate. But just to give you a brief idea, a lot of people think the number on the scale is specifically whatever they assume their problem area is. So if the weight goes up, they assume that it's like, say you think your stomach is your worst feature or whatever, then you see the number go up and you automatically think your stomach's getting bigger. And that's not the case. It's counting your muscle. If you're working out, specifically for strength training, you're probably gaining muscle, so that's going to contribute to weight gain. For girls, if you're on your period, you could potentially gain up to 10 pounds within that span of having your period, and then it'll all go away like once your period's over. In general, for everybody, you can weigh up to like, I think 5 pounds more at night than you did in the morning. So it's just not an accurate depiction at all of where you are at. And really the weight doesn't matter, because if you're working out, you're gaining muscle. As I said before, muscle weighs more than fat, as we hear all the time. So unless it is a significant transformation, fitness transformation, the number does not necessarily matter. Number 8, my final tip, is to recover. If you don't give yourself at least 1 full day of recovery, not to mention recovering after all your workouts and all that stuff, you are going to burn out. Your body is going to be exhausted, and you might not notice it at first, but eventually over time you won't be able to work out as hard as you would like to. And it's really detrimental if you don't take care of yourself after a workout. Some good ways to do it are stretching before and after a workout. Now there's 2 different types of stretching. Again, I want to do a whole separate video on how to stretch for and when, but you should be stretching, doing dynamic stretching before your workout, and static stretching after your workouts. Or sometime, like maybe you work out in the morning before bed, try to stretch. If you didn't get a chance to do it after your workout, just try to stretch your body, because your muscles need that. You desperately need it. So that's all my tips on how to start a healthy lifestyle. This video is, I'm gonna say right now, probably not one of my best. It's just been weird. It's the first time I've filmed 2 separate days in a row, and I just feel like I didn't get my full points across, but I guess this is just part of being a YouTuber, I guess. So I'm excited to make better content, and I hope you guys still continue to follow me along for the ride. So if you enjoyed this video, I would love if you guys gave me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so that you can get notified when I upload my next video, and leave a comment about any healthy habits that you try to implement in your life when you've either started your health journey or that you would like to implement if you're considering starting a health journey. And leave a comment about any other videos, health related videos that you would like me to do, and I will more than likely probably do it. So yeah, share with your friends. And with all that being said, I'm gonna go, but before I do, I remind you all to stay positive, be active, and most importantly, do what keeps you healthy.